WAOH is brought to you in part by Jumpstart Video, online at jumpstartvideo.com.
Today I get to talk with Esther Thomas. She is the Director of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion for the City of Akron. Esther, how are you today?
I'm well. Thank you so much. It's great to be here.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming on the show and chatting with us a little bit. First of all, can you just share a little bit about yourself and what you do in your role with the city?
Oh, absolutely. I'm a member of the Mayor's Cabinet, and as Director of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Office, my office works with the employee resource groups. We started 4 last year, addressing veterans, women, people of color, and LGBTQ+. In addition, I'm one of the co-leads on the Akron Inner Belt project with the Director of Urban Planning, Kyle Julian, and Director of Economic Development with Susie Graham-Moore.
Wonderful. That's amazing. And actually, you're here because we wanted to discuss the Interbelt project. And there's a lot happening. It's been something I feel like people have been talking about for a long time. I remember my husband was talking about the video that Mark Greer put out a while ago about the Interbelt. Yes. And we've watched that before. And it's a great video if people want to learn the history. So share a little bit about what's happening now with the Interbelt project.
So, as you alluded to, people have been talking about it for years because it's a project that was started being spoken about in the 60s, the 70s, and it's finished in the 80s. And although it was designed to connect 76 and ultimately Route 8, it didn't reach that, but it did destroy a number of homes, cultural centers, and businesses. So in last year, under the Malik administration, we released an RFQ to have national firms tell us their qualifications so that they would help us reimagine the Inner Belt and what the possibility for reconnecting our community and the East and West with that. So currently we retained Sasaki, a wonderful design firm, and they are leading the charge to reimagine Akron. We have an event coming up where the public, neighbors, friends can come and learn in depth about the project, the process, so that we actually, instead of having a top-down approach, that we are getting information from the community in order to reimagine this together.
Yeah, which I love. I love that you guys are involving the community. You want the community to come out to these events, say what they are looking for. And this time they are going to be interacting with the design firm that's been put on retainer. And so share a little bit about that event that's happening this coming Tuesday.
Yes.
Share with us about that.
Yes, it's this coming Tuesday from 5 to 7:30 at the Akron Urban League at 440 Vernon Odom Boulevard. And it's like our prior event. There'll be information and talk sessions where people can see statistics, they can see ideas, and we're actually soliciting from people their thought, what do they feel about housing? What do they feel about safety? What do they feel about green space, open spaces, those types of things? And that there's a mechanism for them to engage with people who are on the project, leave comments, and actually become more informed about this, because it's a long-term generational project, but it's so vital because that space, the 33 decommissioned acres, it's right in the heart of Akron.
Right.
And so when people come out and engage with us, they are nurturing the heart of Akron and how we are reimagining that for the benefit of the city.
I love that last part that you just said. I was just going to ask you, why should someone come out and be a part of this? And that's really the answer. It's because that space is there, and if we make it better all together as a community, it's going to help our city.
Yeah, absolutely. For some communities, the Inner Belt as it exists is a sign of destruction. It's a sign of, neighborhoods and people being displaced for a highway. And what that replaced were homes, businesses, playgrounds, churches, other cultural centers, the Matthews Hotel and Akron's Harlem.
Right, right.
There was a prominent African-American presence, a Jewish presence there, but it was someone's neighborhood and their home, and that was gone.
Yeah.
And so when we think about filling that space, we want to fill it with love and connection, and with a nod and remembering what went forth, what was there before, because for some it's a grief issue. So this is a way to heal that part of Akron.
Yeah, that's really beautiful too. Remembering the history, not just wiping it off, saying, hey, there was hurt, there was pain, there were people displaced, there were communities that lost the center of their communities there. But then saying, okay, how can we now make this a positive place in our community and create community again, right?
Yes.
Create a beautiful space. So that's wonderful. I really hope that a lot of people are going to watch this and say, hey, I want to get involved.
Yes.
And if they can't come Tuesday, what are some other opportunities for them to get involved or learn more about the project or stay up to date on the next steps?
Well, we have a website, akroninnerbelt.com, where the boards and various materials that are going to be at the open house will be uploaded.
Oh, great.
The materials from the first event on January 8th are also there. They can sign up to get newsletters and emails about information. We have some new community coordinators, Carla Davis and Ebony Hill, who are going to be doing hopefully pop-up events, talking to groups. And so register on the website, read it, update, come to events, and really, most of all, let us know your thoughts so that we can take that into consideration as this project gets underway.
I love that. Is there a timeline for this project? Is there like a hopefully we have this done by X date, or is this kind of an open-ended project at this point?
Well, the planning process, we have until the contracted period, I believe is until October. So from now, we're in the pre-planning and the planning process, and that by, September, October, we will have a plan. And so between now and then, it's community involvement. Let's, really get to the heart and the soul of what the community wants and needs, and how we can figure out how to translate that into a plan that's implementable.
Wonderful. All right. Well, I hope people come out on Tuesday. We will put all the information out for them to be able to come out and then get on the website and check it out and stay updated. Do you also have social media where they can find you as well?
Yes. Well, the City of Akron website will link to the akroninnerbelt.com, and we will have on the mayor's office Facebook page updates and information, possibly snippets and films and things like that, so that people can stay informed and engaged to the extent that they can if they can't come in person.
Wonderful. All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate you so much. Esther Thomas from the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Office of the City of Akron. And we just appreciate you being here talking about the Innerbelt Project. Thank you guys so much for watching here on Good Morning Akron. Make sure you stay tuned. We've got more great stuff coming up next.